Maybe someone would think that's the opposite
Of what?
of physically or
Is
physical.
ridiculously the opposite of physically?
Maybe he's saying maybe someone would think that it means the opposite.
I don't think so. Would anybody
Or, like,
think
disagree?
ridiculously is the opposite of?
Or maybe just because it's disagree with that?
Well, there's something else going on here. Both of these, ridiculously and critically. If we do our test and we put one of these words in, what if we put this in? Does that make sense in the sentence? Although some smokers are critically addicted, that makes sense, right?
It does, but it has a humor to it.
Well, that depends on your outlook. Some people might say it's humorous, some people might say it's deadly serious. Okay, so these two, what I'm getting at is these two answers, and here, Luis is a really good example. He's putting his own spin on this, okay? You're giving your own opinion as to what you think about people who are addicted to cigarettes. You're giving, for some reason, you're giving it a humorous thing. This is giving it a more, this is serious. You know, what you're saying here is, I think being addicted to cigarettes is really serious, okay? But is that what this sentence is saying? Is it making a judgment about whether this is serious or not? And that's the same, that's what this is, right? If you think that anyone who gets themselves addicted to cigarettes is ridiculous, then this might make sense.
It's ridiculous.
Although some smokers are ridiculously addicted to cigarettes, right?
Well, yeah, she was explaining that it's ridiculous to be addicted. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, it's stupid.
Yeah. So that's it. So somebody might think that, being addicted to cigarettes is stupid. But is that what this sentence is saying? No.
No,
Okay.
of course.
So that's what I'm trying to get at. All of these could fit in there.
When it's ahead of.
But putting one of those in there is putting an opinion on this sentence. And this sentence is not opinionated. It's just saying, here's how it is. Does that make sense to people? So again, be aware, most of you look like could pick out this right answer without worrying about all that, but be aware that these other things are here to try to trick people who aren't really reading and thinking about what this sentence really says. So again, don't approach this as, oh good, here's one of these vocabulary clues, so I don't have to write anything, all I have to do is circle, because that ends up where you're rushing and you're not really thinking about your sentence. Each of these little sentences becomes a reading exercise, a reading exercise. So be sure you know what it's saying. Okay, so I'm going to do my same thing. I'm going to hand this out, and then you're going to come and pick up the reading exercise. And you can take a break in there, wherever you want. However, there's a reversal transition. This, as I warned you, as I'm taking away the scaffolding, remember that, you know, things are, in other words, I'm putting more of the load on you guys. The other thing we're doing in this class is we're adding to our chores. This is the first time that your reading and writing exercise goes to 2 pages, okay? The paragraph is a little longer, although it's in very big type, so don't worry, it's not all that much longer. It's in pretty big type. I have added, so same thing here, you have vocabulary, a little bit more room, but I've added this question. Okay, so from now on, as I said, everything we do is going to be added to your weekly reading and writing exercise. This is where you guys are going to show me that you can do the stuff we've been studying in the homework. Okay, you're going to apply it to here. This is where I also switch this word over from paraphrase to summary. Same thing you have been doing, but now you can get a little longer if you want. Summaries can be longer than paraphrases, but they should never be longer than 1 what's going on. Here's a title. There should be some questions about this title. What on earth does this mean? Okay. Look for repeated ideas. Here, you use the restatement clues, the asterisk clues. We have some asterisk clues down here. Okay. Vocabulary. And this week I'm going to have you circle the topic because that's what you did in the homework. I'm not going to hold you to writing out the topic by yourself. Does that make sense? Here's a good clue for this. Because you all have staplers, right? You can, if you want to make this easier, you can tear this apart so that you can just look. So you don't have to keep going like this. That's one of the reasons it looks like I'm wasting paper because I do it on one side, but that's why. So otherwise you would be doing this all day. So yeah, so tear these apart so you can look at them side by side. But then remember to put them back together, put your summary on the back and staple. Okay? All right, so I will hand out any questions. Anybody have any questions? So I'll hand out the vocab quiz and then we come up and get the reading and writing. And if you have that homework and you'd like to work on that too and turn it back in again, do this stuff first. The homework with the Benjamin Rush stuff on it. If you finish a little bit early, you can work on the Benjamin Rush homework, and I will have that back for the midterm before you leave. Okay, so here's the reading